Welcome to the Criminal Law and Procedure Lecture Series. At the end of each slide, there will be a 10-second delay. Use this time to stop the lecture and take your notes. When you are done, push play to continue. This lecture will begin in 5 seconds. Welcome to Criminal Law and Procedure Lecture 2.1 on types of specific criminal offenses. And now that we know about the elements of criminal law and how to defend against a criminal offense, let's talk about all the specific crimes that are out there. You know homicide, that's murder and manslaughter, and you also know criminal assault and criminal battery. We've got robbery and larceny, child abduction and kidnapping, genocide, foreign and domestic terrorism. Oh yeah, then we can't forget about all these crimes: arson and burglary and trespass and larceny and embezzlement. And then we have computer crimes, and then we've got these crimes like lying and false pretenses, concealment, forgery and identity theft, drug laws, underage drinking laws, gambling, public intoxication, swearing in public, causing a riot. Whoa, whoa, whoa! Overload! That's too many crimes to look at just as one thing. So, how can we organize these crimes so that we can understand them? That's what we're going to focus on today, and with that said, let's go to the next slide. As you just saw, there are a lot of things we are not allowed to do in society. The question is, how do we categorize these specific criminal offenses? Well, we're going to put them into 3 general categories. And our first category is crimes against people. These consist of a broad array of criminal offenses, which usually involve bodily harm, the threat of bodily harm, or other actions committed against the will of an individual. Crimes involving bodily harm, or the threat thereof, include assault, battery, and domestic violence, as well as harassment, kidnapping, and stalking. In other words, these are crimes people commit against other people. Human being versus human being. Now, we're not going to study all of the crimes against people. Instead, we will study the following crimes against people: homicides, including murder and manslaughter, criminal assault and criminal battery, robbery and larceny, child abduction and kidnapping, genocide, and foreign and domestic terrorism. Go to the next slide. Our next category is crimes against property. Property crimes include many common crimes related to theft or destruction of someone else's property, and include lower level offenses such as shoplifting or vandalism to high level felonies including armed robbery and arson. In other words, this is people messing with other people's stuff. But it's not that simple. You see, some crimes, like burglary, only require unlawful entry, or you're going in someplace without permission to be there, and you went in with the intent to commit a crime. No one else has to be there, you're just there illegally. Other crimes, like robbery, require the actual taking of money or property from a person. And then, the way you commit the crime impacts the seriousness of the offense. For example, if you steal a candy bar from the convenience store, that's not as bad as if you carjack that Cadillac from the little old lady. We will study the following property crimes in this class: arson, burglary, and trespass, which focus on crimes related to real property, buildings, and land. Larceny, embezzlement, and computer crimes, they focus on crimes related to personal property. These are personal things that people own. Go to the next slide. Our final category is crimes against society, which include gambling, prostitution, and drug violations, among many other crimes. These represent society's prohibition. You can't do these things. We do not want you to engage in certain types of activity. They are typically victimless crimes in which property is not the object. What does all of this mean? This is people versus the norms of society. Society says you can't do these things, and because of this, most of these crimes are mala prohibita crimes. We will study the following crimes against society: laws against fraud, like lying. Did you know that lying could actually be a crime? False pretenses, concealment, forgery, and identity theft. We're going to learn about criminal health and safety laws, as well as morality laws, and these will include drug laws, underage drinking laws, and gambling. And then we're going to learn about laws that protect peace and order. These include public intoxication, swearing in public, and causing a riot. Thank you for watching this lecture, and I look forward to seeing you in class.